it's Randy. So I actually just wanted to do a quick update on my diet and just to tell everyone really what I've been eating, what I cut out and stuff, because I know a lot of people are always so interested in what I eat in terms of my rheumatoid arthritis. So I'm here to tell you exactly what I eat and don't eat and everything in between. So first, just as a little disclaimer, I am not a registered dietitian. My degree only had basic nutrition courses, so I definitely don't know a bunch about nutrition. And I do believe that for diets, there isn't a one that fits all. What works for me may not work for you, or what works for you may not work for me. So I'm just here to share exactly what I do, and if it works for you, then great, and if it doesn't, that's completely okay too. So before I go into what I eat or what I don't eat, I actually want to let everyone know that I was allergy tested. So my PCP actually decided to run a blood test to test me for different foods and see if I had any different allergies and stuff. So everything that she tested me for were eggs, peanut, wheat, walnuts, codfish, milk, soybean, corn, shrimp, scallops, clams, sesame seeds, and gluten. And for me, everything came back negative, so I'm absolutely not allergic to any type of food. Actually, knowing now that I'm not allergic to anything gave me more of an understanding on what I can put into my diet. When she tested me for gluten, she also tested me for celiac disease. And so that was really important because I would know that if I was eating gluten and feeling really bad and it was really affecting my body and I was actually allergic to it, then I would automatically start a gluten-free diet. But since I'm not allergic to anything at all, then I am not on a gluten-free diet. I am not on a dairy-free diet. I am not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I'm not pescatarian. I honestly cannot classify my diet into a category. It just all depends on foods that I've cut out and foods that I still eat. And it's honestly kind of hard for me to say foods that I cut out because there isn't a type of food that I have just cut out in its entirety. I just learned that certain foods can trigger my rheumatoid arthritis to flare up. So instead of eating that food 5 days a week, if I eat it once a week or once every 2 weeks, then my rheumatoid arthritis is not going to be negatively affected by it, and therefore I would be okay in terms of flaring up. So in terms of food that I try to limit myself to, definitely processed foods. So any type of fast food, I really try to limit myself to that because I always feel so bad if I eat a bunch of fast food within 7-day time period. I also try to cut out foods that are high in sodium. So pork is definitely high in sodium, so I really try my hardest to limit myself to pork. I don't eat that as often as I used to. And honestly, just any foods that do have a lot of sodium. So I really love Japanese ramen, but ramen and soup in general have a lot of sodium. So instead of eating soup or ramen back to back, then I'll just eat it maybe once a week or once every other week, once a month or whatever, but just to limit the amount of sodium that I take on a daily basis. Another category of food that I try to limit myself to are foods that have a bunch of sugar. So I love cookies, I love cupcakes, I love candy. Candy is absolutely my favorite. However, I try my hardest to just treat myself either in a very small quantity at the end of the day, or if I want more than just a small quantity, then just once a week. Because I know that a bunch of sugar is really bad and negatively affects rheumatoid arthritis. So to help limit my flares, then I've just cut back on sugar. And it has made me feel better, even though I really do miss the amount of candy that I used to eat. So a great alternative, instead of eating a bunch of candy and cookies and cupcakes, I've definitely implemented eating more fruit. So I love eating like strawberries, grapes, watermelon, pineapple. Those are definitely like my top 4 favorite. Oh, I love apples too. But for the most part, if I want to eat something that's going to give me the same sensation of eating gummy worms or a cupcake, then I'll definitely go for strawberries because strawberries are typically the sweetest to me. Now, in terms of things that I've made sure to add to my diet, definitely omega-3s. So I love salmon, but the odds of me cooking salmon 3 times a week are very low, or even once a week. So I've just implemented some cod liver oil like fish pills, and so I take those daily, so that helps me get my omega-3s for the day. I've also added dark leafy greens, so I love eating like spinach or collard greens, or really any other vegetable is also very beneficial in terms of inflammation. but I know dark leafy greens are the highest, and so luckily I love spinach and I love collard greens, so it's very easy for me to make those and have them for the week and just eat them as a side every day for dinner. And another thing that's so important, I always knew it was important, but I really just didn't think about how important it truly is, but increasing your water intake. So the minimum you should be drinking is half your body weight in ounces. And so of course water is so important because it flushes out your system, it keeps your joints lubricated, and it just really helps with making sure your body runs at the way it's supposed to run. Considering our body is 70% water, then it's definitely important to replenish that water so that our body can continue to run at the way it's supposed to run. And the last thing that's very important is actually your calorie count. You never want to consume more calories than you burn for the day. And if you're trying to just maintain your weight, then you want to consume the same amount of calories that you burn for that day. And if you're trying to lose weight, then you want to consume less amount of calories than you burn for that day. And of course, if you're trying to lose weight, then you definitely want to see a dietitian. You want to visit with a personal trainer because there are a certain amount of levels of calories that you still want to remain in that won't harm your body. So I hope that this has been helpful. I know I do not follow a diet that is very specific and I don't cut out things entirely, but it's just honestly it's been what's working for me. Ever since 2019 has started, I have not flared up. So I've honestly been doing well in terms of my RA. And I will say that it's not just my diet that plays a role into my RA, but also my activity levels. So that has honestly been a great combination in combating this disease. And so of course, if you have any questions or you just want to reach out to me, then you definitely can. My email is rawarriorrandi@gmail.com and my Instagram is rawarrior_Randy. I look forward to hearing from you guys and I hope that y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Goodbye.